There's always one certain weapon archetype in any given season of Destiny 2 which is propelled into the meta either by luck or by choice. Rapid fire fusions are that exact weapon type in Season of the Lost, and it's about time too, to be honest. Since the early days of Destiny 1, they've never really had a place in the meta, especially in PvE content, outside of a few niche picks doing bits in the Crucible. Thanks to the Particle Deconstruction mod in particular, they are pumping out damage numbers like we've never ever seen before, melting champions, dungeon and raid bosses by simply just being in their presence. Null Composure and Cartesian coordinate are doing the rounds in everyone's loadouts right now, and for good reason, they are immense. But there's one that's gone completely under the radar, even though it has a potential god roll that puts it arguably at the top of the pile. Zealots Reward is that one weapon, and could potentially be the rarest in the game right now. This rapid fire fusion rifle is from the Garden of Salvation raid on the moon, which arguably is the least popular raid in Destiny 2. But with fusions being the meta for DPS this season, let's first look at the god roll, which is going to allow you to maximise your damage output in nightfalls, dungeons and raids, and then show you how you can easily obtain it, as well as an easy solo method anybody can do to try and farm for more rolls. Before we do that though, why not hit the subscribe button if you're new here? I cover tons of builds and guides aimed at making the endgame of Destiny 2 accessible for everyone so that you too can get that loot. Liking this video really does help me out and is always appreciated. Why not join our community Discord server as well? The links are down in the description. Zealots Reward is a void rapid fire frame fusion rifle firing at 460 rounds per minute and has a base magazine size of 7. It's pretty even stats wise with the other rapid fire fusions as well, to be honest. It comes with a selection of barrel and battery options, which really any will do, with corkscrew rifling for a boost to range, stability and handling, as well as either liquid coils for a boost to its impact or ionised battery to boost the magazine size to 8 being the best outright picks. Now fortunately, Zealots Reward benefits from a massively slimmed down perk pool for the final 2 perk columns, with only 4 perks in each column that have a chance to roll on it. High Impact Reserves is the best damage boosting perk in the final column, as rounds towards the end of the magazine will do more damage. Currently this season, this will allow for upwards of 250,000 per 7 burst magazine damage wise to bosses without any buffs or debuffs applied, and it puts it in between both Null Composure and Cartesian coordinate, although an 8 burst magazine will put it on par with a Vorpal weapon Cartesian. But it's the first perk column that has the real game changer. Auto loading holster is the best perk here you should be chasing, as it has massive benefits to maximise your damage during a DPS phase. Effectively, you can use it to empty your magazine into a boss and then swap to your heavy weapon like Sleeper Simulant or 1000 Voices. During this time, Zealots will auto reload and you can switch back to it to continue damage, reducing the downtime of the weapon without reloading it manually. This reason alone will make it an excellent choice for DPS, and if you're lucky enough to already have the role outlined, then you're already set to go. However, if you haven't, much like myself unfortunately, then you'll need to jump back into the Garden of Salvation raid. So let's look at a quick refresher on which encounter it drops from, as well as an easy cheese anybody can do to try solo farm additional rolls from the raid chests. The Zealots Reward drops from the opening encounter of the raid, which is essentially a relay race. I won't go into super specifics here, but once you've started the encounter, split into 2 groups of 3 and work together to collect the Vex goo dropped by the Consecrated Mind, as well as opening the Vex barricades using the tether mechanic. There's plenty of awesome full guides out there if you've never run it before, and hopefully you'll get a Zealots Reward at the end of this long but relatively easy first encounter. However, if you already have run this raid multiple times and have obtained the fusion rifle before, it will now have a chance to drop from the secret hidden chest within the raid. The first one of which can be obtained solo by literally anyone as long as you know where to go and how to get there. Load up into the raid and make your way through the portal to the start of the first encounter. From here, I'm going to show you how to get to the first secret chest, which is in the undergrowth section after the end of the first encounter. All you need to do is jump the gap and follow the route shown on each character to grab it. There's a load point for the undergrowth which you need to trigger, but as long as you follow the route shown, it'll either auto load you into it, or you'll need to blow yourself up after the load zone triggers to respawn within the undergrowth section. Simply then jump into the alcove where the chest is to get the loot. Check the timestamps below for each character as required, and I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into what could be the best meta option for fusion rifles in Season of the Lost. Let me know if you have one of these sitting in your vault collecting dust down in the comments. Remember to subscribe, like the video and share it too if you found it helpful, but that's it for this one though, so on that and as always, thank you very much for watching and I hope to see you next time.